Hey friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing a photo journal, kind of, I would say a layout, but it's not. It's like maybe 4 pages. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to be using my photo journal. These are journals I have that are traveler's notebook inserts. I try to get the smaller versions of them, not the smaller versions, the ones with less pages, less pages, just so I don't bulk them up too much. This is mostly for photos. I love photos, and this is my 4th photo journal that I'll be starting today. I haven't technically finished the 3rd one, but there wasn't enough space in the 3rd one to do all of this. This is from the trip that Steve and I took to OOGIE BOOGIE BASH. I will talk more about that after I play this little, I've got like intro stuff happening here, and then we'll get to it in a second. I'll play the TikTok that I put together. I've had to change the music, so if the music doesn't totally line up, sorry about that, just so it didn't get copyright struck, but yes, I will play that for you picture in picture while you see me getting the photos together, and then I'll come back and chat with you afterwards about what's going on in today's video. On a cold night. Tonight. On a cold night. Alrighty, there we go. There's my little TikTok. It's an insert in this. I actually used the song from Hocus Pocus 2. I'm not quite sure what it's called. The One Way or Another, I'm gonna get you. The one that I think of Rugrats when I hear that. But the Sanderson sisters sing it in Hocus Pocus 2. Sorry, there's a live chat going on over on that iPad. Got distracted. Anyway, I used that, and so I tried to find a song that kind of fit. Hopefully that was okay for you. I just wanted to share that with you because that was just kind of the vlog of everything that we experienced that night. And I wanted to give you a good look at what we experienced so that you would kind of see the photos that I printed for my photo journal. My thoughts on the event, we had a great time. You know, it's hard. I'm not a Disneyland in a product review channel. There's plenty of people that will go and dissect it all for you if you're ever curious about that. I go in as someone wanting to have a good time and a fan of the brand, but I'm, you know, I wouldn't even say I'm frugal. There is a small part of me that just tries to always assess whether it was worth it for me and the amount of money we spent on it, because these Disneyland events can be quite expensive. This one, because we get dressed up, and because the actual night itself had lots of entertainment, there was lots of meet and greets with lots of characters that I really loved. The entertainment value for me was definitely there. Of course, I want more, especially we were really spoiled after we got married back in 2016. Steve and I went to Walt Disney World to see the Hocus Pocus Villains Spectacular show at their Mickey's Not So Scary Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Wow, there's just lots of words, aren't there? Anyway, so we really loved that, and that was a great experience as well. So I feel like I've done a couple of these Disneyland special like Halloween parties. This one was fun. It was in California Adventure, which, oh, I've been to one over here too that was in Disneyland side, because that's where poor Danielle, our old roommate, Danielle had fallen over over by, I think it was over by New Orleans, but she had a whole bag of candy and it just went flying. She was okay, it was completely fine. The only thing, when she fell over, the bag went flying and she was like, oh, my candy. I was like, are you okay? Like, you've got much bigger things to worry about than your candy. But yeah, anyway, so that's that story. That just reminded me, I have been to one of these before, but it was Disneyland side. It being over in Disney's California Adventure, I mean, I don't really think it changes it that much. It's a great park. I like DCA, definitely what it's grown to become over the years. Yeah, I shouldn't really worry about giving you my review. I would say for Steve and I, like, the things we kind of go for are entertainment and to see a lot of the characters. With the Halloween, I mean, you've got all the trick-or-treat trails, so we did end up with bags full of chocolates, and they give you fruits and stuff too. Like, we got grapes, carrots, craisins. I want to say cranberry raisins. Is that a thing? Craisins? I did not eat those. I did eat the carrots though. They gave you some things to kind of undercut the sweetness of all the other treats, but I mean, let's be real. That whole bag was gone. All gone. I started filling up my gelatoni bag. By the way, we got dressed up as, Steve was kind of a Mouseketeer but make it fashion, and I got dressed up as Gelatoni, and both of those were last minute costumes. We actually said we weren't going to wear costumes because I just didn't want to spend the money and like spend all the time doing it. I've just been really preoccupied with other stuff at the moment, which is not really like me, but we've just finished our 7th virtual voyage. I think around the time I purchased the tickets, and we had just done more costumes for that, and I was like, Steve, over the years, like, I bought so many costumes over the years, like, I think we can either wear one of those that we've already had, look at me being really frugal, we could wear one of those, or we should just whatever. To be honest, he wanted to go as Luca and Alberto, and I really thought that was cute, but I didn't want to underdo it. Like, if I'm going to spend time and energy on it, I'm going to go all the way there. And I just didn't see myself doing that. Not for the money and not for the effort and time it was going to take. So I opted out. Then before we were going, I had got Steve these pair of shoes. These are like platform Converse. I got these like custom made, and they have embroidery on the back that say "Ooh, David." If you get the reference, you get it. So I said, well, you just wear something black and white. I don't know, go like David Rose or something. And then I remembered I had these big, massive Mickey ears from when Steve's birthday last year. He did like the Met Gala, and we all had to go as different Steves like throughout the years. I went as first trip to Disneyland Steve, so I got these massive oversized ears so that I would look like a little boy, and could be Steve going to Disneyland for the first time. It was pretty funny, but yeah, we had those, so he put those on, and it all kind of worked out. I think his pants were from the Virtual Voyage, VV6, Tokyo A Go-Go. I think those were his, I forgot what the name of the party was. Ooh, we did the sticky pics. I'm not quite sure. Animes Me? Was that the one we did? No, Cutesy Fruitsy. There you go. It's irrelevant unless you did Virtual Voyage. But those who know, you know to look for those now. And yeah, I just had that stuff in my cupboard. I have a whole bunch of, you can see it there, Gelatoni stuff. There's my Gelatoni bag. And my actual Gelatoni doll, which is not mine, it's Steve's, has a little beret that clips in. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, I have the hat. I'll just clip it onto my head. So I went as a Gelatoni. And we had that blue tie from the suits that we wore for Inside Out. So technically we did kind of reuse some of our Virtual Voyage costumes, which, good, because that's what I said we should do. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't want to try and not do it well. So my family motto is do it once, do it well. I was really, really specific with my expectations this year, but I actually thought it kind of worked out well. I had some glitter on my face. I felt really fun, and we had a great time. It was paced really well. We didn't really do any rides. I don't typically try to do the rides on those event nights. I usually just want to try the food. This one is not really food because we had all those snacks that we were getting from every time you went to go meet a character, you'd get like 3 different people offering you different treats. So those bags got pretty full pretty quickly. We watched the parade a couple of times, which, now being a part of the parades myself, obviously not the Halloween one, but Christmas time, it was really special to be able to kind of look at that with different eyes this time. And I really, really enjoyed that. And fun fact, that route, that parade route, from where they start and where they finished, is the second longest Disneyland parade route in the world. I recently found out. I think the only one that's longer than the one in DCA is Shanghai Disneyland. So yeah, just a fun fact. And what else did we see? Oh, I guess the characters. I mean, the characters are really what you're going to go and enjoy if you're going. I wanted to go and see Cruella because I love Cruella, and they have the live action Cruella there. So I don't know if those were the actual gowns from the movie in those boxes, but I couldn't understand why some costumes were in the box and then some were just displayed on the stage. So I'm just going to assume that the ones in the boxes were from the movie and that's why they were preserving them like that. But yeah, anyway, it was really fun to see and to have those interactions because they're speaking to you and they're actually interacting with you, and it was really overwhelming to meet Cruella like that. I'm never great when I speak to the characters. I can suspend disbelief, and I don't know, it gets me into a really weird interaction when I have the characters because I feel like everything is going through my head all at once, and I don't know. I get really uncomfortable and really awkward, but I enjoy it, but I get really awkward. Like when I met the Grinch, I forgot my own name. That was at Universal Studios. That was years ago. And then Ernesto de la Cruz, that was probably the most impressive kind of character meet and greet experience I think I've actually ever had in any Disneyland park ever, anywhere. I don't know. There was one time, like when I went to Disney Sea in Tokyo and I watched the Under the Sea show. It's kind of changed now, but the one that I first saw, and when Ariel would, because the show takes place above you, that it's like all aerial work. Ariel. And when she swam over the top and was singing, I felt like I was 5 years old just looking up at Ariel. And that was really overwhelming for me. When I met the Grinch was really overwhelming for me. And then seeing Ernesto de la Cruz, like, just insane. It looked like he was just popped straight out of the movie, which is different because you've got that live action Cruella, but that's played by Emma Stone in the movies. So you're kind of expecting to see something really human, but Ernesto de la Cruz in the movie is, you know, a skeleton for the most part, and it's an animated movie. And so to see him in real life was just wild, and he sounded exactly this. I mean, obviously it is Ernesto, but yes, it was incredible. It was a really, 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 really good experience. Steve and I both kind of agreed that it was worth it just to see that because it was quite spectacular. And Steve has the softest spot for Coco and everything Coco related, so it really worked out. Yeah, so I think it was great. We had a wonderful time. I wanted to share it with you. We kind of did this, I think it was September 26th, right? So by the time you're seeing this, it's probably a month old already. But I wanted to share it with you anyway, because I love to share all of this stuff with you. And most of all, this is a photo journal. And I don't think I ever really showed you these on YouTube. I might have flipped some, or I might have just shown you some in a, like, what I'm currently using type video. But to actually show you working in it, it's a very different process for me. I spend most of the time doing photo collages on Photoshop, then printing them out on glossy sticker paper. Then I cut those out and put them in. Typically, I just kind of leave them like that. I might do some writing and journaling if I want to, but this one I decided to just let myself loose in all my Collage Club printables and get any stickers that I felt like actually matched, and I put them in there as well. And I had a lot of stickers that match. So this is more decorated than what they usually are, and typically I wouldn't go putting in the brochure and I wouldn't go putting in the bag or anything. These aren't like the other journals I have. These Traveler's Notebook inserts for photo journals are just, for me, a place to kind of glorify all the photos that I take. I love taking photos. My husband's a photographer. I feel like I have all these journals, but I didn't have anywhere where I could print out a photo that was, you know, pretty substantial and just kind of display it. This all really started after my last trip to Australia when we went to Southwest Rocks, and I had so many family photos I wanted to kind of highlight. So now we're up to the fourth one and I'm loving it. I love my photo journals. These are some of my favorites for me personally to look back on, even though they're the least kind of artistic. I love them. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Photos are an art, even though most of these are just kind of selfies. I just love it. There's so many memories in here in all my photo journals. I'll have to flip them for you soon and just give you a closer look because they feel really, really personal to me and I just love them. Anyway, that was our Oogie Boogie Bash experience. Thanks for watching all of that. I'll see you again next time. Bye.